Going live. Welcome to the Out There channel. Live stream 441. Come down to the basement.
Hiding, I'm searching, I'm loving, I'm finding love, I'm hiding, I'm searching, I'm loving, I'm finding love,
finding hate.
Let the fate control your body.
I'm gonna have to change the intro sometime. Hey Dan, how's it going? Is it Dan? Yeah. A little dim for a minute.
I'm searching, I'm loving.
Says there's Sarah watching, that's kind of strange. Good to be back. So we get some CPU. Looks like you're the only one here, man. Good to be back. Give us some CPU. So we're back at the desktop. Is it in sync? I think it might be. Yeah, it's looking good. Yes, but a bit of a rush to get ready today. Just as I start, I had to fix the security camera. Looks like it did some sort of Android update and screwed up. So you got to be an Android and Windows expert nowadays. It's a basic home user. So yeah, a few bits to go over. And when it comes along, really I should do a pinned comment, shouldn't I? Let's try that. I haven't done. There's a new feature. I should pin my web page. Let's see what happens. Subscribe, donate here, thanks. How do we pin it? Pinned message. It should be at the top now. Was it? It doesn't look like it. Let's see. Where's my other link gone? Streamlabs. Actually, I only use that one as a last resort at the moment. Subscribestar is where we need people, and that replaces my Patreon. Although I've still got Patreon just in case. It's that one that's got most of the money tied up, so we need people to connect to that one. Of course. What happened to my pinned comment? Let's put you at the top. That's not the message I selected though. Replace pin. Let's see what happens. Message. It's not doing anything. Must have scrolled up as I was pinning it, was it? Hey, there we go. Since gravity is not a force, anti-gravity isn't really a thing yet, right? It's a byproduct, isn't it? If you look at Tesla's view of gravity, it's like a stream. It's the energy flow, which they call the flux, like the magnetic field around the Earth is a magnetic flux around the Earth, right? and it bounces off radiation. Tesla found that there was energy being absorbed by atoms all the time through the ether, which we can call it dark matter and dark energy. It's just a different name for the same thing. It can't be detected, but it can be converted into normal electricity, is what Tesla found. So he can sap gases to release all their currently stored energy, and then they start radiating the dark energy for an instant, and then that slowly starts absorbing again. I think it's just a matter of creating a charged skin where you've got a layer of atoms that are charged, and all the atoms underneath get blocked from the string, which I've covered many times before. So when that happens, is the energy starts to decrease and the atoms that's being blocked, and they sort of go into like a hibernation, I guess. It's the only word. Quantum hibernation would be a new word. And they start losing mass and become lighter than air. So anything that's being shielded by the skin becomes a helium balloon pretty much and starts floating. That's how I believe gravity works. How you oppose gravity anyway. Somehow avoids the flow of energy going towards the ground, which is Earth, right? And absorb very little of it, just to keep the atoms stable. And then it becomes super light, and then you just put some rocket engines on it and away you go. Well, electric engines of some kind, like iron engines, iron plasma. Iron plasma are the best ones, because iron engines will work in space through just electricity, making a stream of energized particles. But plasma engines uses electricity to split the air molecules that it's sucking in like a ramjet, and creates a big thrust out the back, or out the rocket engine. So in the atmosphere you get a lot more thrust, of course. So that's how I see it anyway, and I think that's the most simplest theory under the sun, is what Tesla was mucking around with. And of course, it sort of just got swept under the carpet with Einstein's theories. But he may not be 100% correct, but it's in the right. To me, it seems like the most common sense argument. Okay, what have we got? In general, relativity gravity is not a force between masses. Yeah, that's if you want to go down that road of Einstein's thinking. It's then that Tesla and Einstein parted ways. Then Einstein was going to change his relativity stuff because he wasn't happy with it. And he couldn't. They were sort of locked into history after that point. But now they've been mucking around with it ever since, trying to fiddle it. And they're trying to prove gravity waves. They reckon they have with LIGO, but I call BS on that. Because you're trying to detect a half a neutron movement using a laser beam on an unstable ground of the planet itself, which is spinning, also in a magnetic flux field. It's always moving through space. Plus you've got earthquakes, and any cars or people walking by is enough to cause oscillations in the ground. So I just think they're false positives. And it certainly proves Bob Lazar wrong, because he said UFOs use gravity waves. So if they don't exist, then he's lying, right? And I think they don't exist, so that makes him a liar. Some people might say he was fed false information through the booklet he read. It's always an opt-out, isn't it? But there's no proof of that either, is there? Like, they may have fed him wrong information just to see what he leaks, if any, and if he doesn't leak any, then they accept him into the program, and then say, well, here's the real information. Because that's how I would operate if I was a government. That's how to recruit people to make sure they can keep a secret, right? There's lots of reasons why people don't trust him, because he was breaking the law even outside with fireworks and a brothel, and not paying people. He borrowed money and didn't pay him back, and that sort of stuff, which is kind of a dishonest person. And he probably still hasn't paid him back. Although he probably would have made a lot of money with that Corbell movie, so he should have been able to pay people back. So, curvature of space is... well, do you see curvature of space? I don't see curvature of space. If you look forward, all I see is space. I don't see any curves in it. It's not like you see the light sort of wiggling around like a worm as it's coming towards you. Alright, this curvature of space is figment of imagination. Doesn't mean that energy can't be curved into a funnel, which we call a wormhole. And the funnel itself, I suppose you could call that curved space in a sense, but it's just the way you want to look at it, and whether you want to go down the current modern science thinking, because they're like a little cult themselves as far as I'm concerned, or you want to go on the fringe scientist route. But you got to remember, a lot of the French scientists also PhDs, so and some of their conclusions are based on own experiments as well, which backs up their claims. Like gravity lensing, right? They said that light passes close to the sun is going through an atmosphere, which we found out in the last live show. That's true. Even on the moon, there's a slight atmosphere there, which any light that goes through any gas is going to lose some energy and bend and all that sort of business, right? So, a galaxy, we know there's going to be a lot of dust particles and freezing water, ice crystals out there floating around with probably life in it, and gas. And so there's lots to find out about the universe before we can really start to nail it down. And I think it's early days yet for science. So, yeah, you just got to keep on with an open mind and keep testing the conclusions of what scientists say is conclusive. But if you come up with another theory that sort of challenges it, then it's not conclusive anymore. And the gravity lensing is one of them. Could possibly be an atmosphere around galaxies and black holes and suns that causes the light to bend, and it's nothing to do with bent space at all. You see what I mean? And satellites passing through a magnetic field is going to be influenced. The atoms are influenced by the magnetic field of the Earth, and it's going to change oscillations, which changes the atomic clock. So they put that down to time and space being distorted through Einstein's theories, and it's not true. There's other theories out there that quite fit it nicely, because they said as higher you go, the more change difference happens, because they can put it on a plane and fly it around which is only, what, 35,000 feet, say? And it comes back and it's a few microseconds out, which it shouldn't be. But yeah, maybe atomic clocks are not perfect. I'm not sure if you heard about, what's his name? Amazon guy, what's his name? Bezo is building a clock that's not atomic, underground of all things. What's his first name? Jeff, is it? Jeff Bezo. Non-atomic clock. Anyway, you sort of got me talking about other things to what I was going to talk about, atomic clock. But it doesn't matter. Let's see how long we got. 3 hours. Haven't got his name right. Is it Jeff Bezo? There you go. Jeff. I had it right in the first place. Bezo. Jeff Bezo's building a 10,000 year clock inside a mountain. Why would you do that? Eh? Because atomic clocks are not perfect. So I think it might be finished by now. They started building it, and I think this month they're just completing it. So that's not the latest information, I don't think. Dearie dear. Here we go. So it's them building it slowly, time lapsed. Looks like you're still the only one on. What's other things? Other piece of evidence known as a time delay. First measurement of the time delay was in the late 1960s by Ivan Shapiro. Is there something wrong with that Shapiro name? Isn't that the one that causes lots of problems? The third effect is gravitational waves. Yeah, it's still only theory. It's not proven though, is it? And there's other theories that explain it just equally as good. So why would you build this old-fashioned timepiece that doesn't lose time, of all things? Are they still going? Yeah, still going. Could you imagine getting one bit wrong and you have to disassemble it again? Disassemble it again, I mean. Get your finger caught in the cog. Yeah, it's quite interesting. What they're doing here. Welding different chains, is it? So, how does it keep its time accurate? It's not using an atomic clock. So he claims he's building it for art purposes, right? It's based on a mathematician from UK, I think it is. The most accurate mechanical clock before atomic happened. So we'll have a read of that, I guess, for interest's sake. They're still putting lots of gears in. And this thing here where they're welding it, I'm not sure what that is. Is that repeated? Maybe it's repeated. Maybe it's going around in circles. So what did they say? The clock of a long knell, which will tell time for the next 10,000 years, has cost $42 million to build. The huge mechanical clock ticks once per year and chimes once per millennium. Jeff Bezo and a millionaire scientist friend are building the clock in Bezo's property in Texas. Engineers and contractors are building a massive multi-room clock inside a mountain in West Texas. A clock that will tell time for the next 10,000 years. Despite an informal website with a whiff of blogspot template, this is Jeff Bezo's project. There are a lot of surprises in the story of the clock of the long nail. It's the brainchild of Danny Hillis, a computer scientist and entrepreneur who first imagined the 10,000-year clock in 1986. Now he's visiting a professor at MIT Media Lab with a reputation for building supercomputers, autonomous dinosaur robots, and Disney theme park rides. He's exactly the kind of guy that decides he wants to build a huge econ clock in a mountain. How does the clock work? Well, the longness of the time involved is the big engineering challenge. The clock is designed to tick just once a year. So how's that work? And chime once per millennium. Experts are blasting rooms out of the interior of a mountain in order to install steampunky pipes of gears and flywheels. According to Bezos, the Amazon founder, the richest man on the planet. Yeah, he's only got 200 billion. The clock will be 500 feet tall, all mechanical, powered by day/night thermal cycles. And synchronized at solar moon. Well, the moon better keep in sync then. I don't know how that works. It's like the chambers inside the Great Pyramid of Giza. Were filled with parts envisioned by H.G. Wells. The website doesn't list a timeline of any kind, but has a sign up for mailing list for when it's finished, many years in the future. Hillis started the Long Now Foundation in 1996 to act as a administrative support for his 10,000-year clock. The first working version went online in 1999. Wired reported in depth. At around 2005, the pair got serious and started making plans to build a clock on Bezo's property in Serra Dablo mountain range. The devil. Bezo explained that the clock is a way to remind people that the far future not only exists but will happen to their descendants. South, though, seems a lot more like a Howard Hughes whim. Crazy horse. We're in all kind of distant version. Visiting the clock will take a committee. And nearest airport is several hours away by car. So you must have tourists or something. You must make money from it somehow. Be like a Disney theme park, I suppose. Construction on a clock began back in 2018. So I think it's been updated since then. Let's see. How did we get today more? No. Where's the thing to change the date range? Tools. They moved it. Now they have two. falls way over there. Let's see, past week, let's see. 21 hours ago. And the Age of Amazon. Nope, it's not that one. Timeline of Human. Maybe there is an update. Maybe it's still old news. Anyway, now you know about it. And go and do your research on it. Past months. Dreams coming true. Don't know about that. Past year. There we go. Wiki Wand. Yes, okay. There's nothing new about it. So we just have to keep our ears open. Conspiracy theories abundant. So let's move on to other news. Cosmonauts on space run power and data to new space station module. Okay. I suppose that's going to feature as junk falling off. Normally they discard stuff and then connect new stuff, don't they? SpaceX private inspiration for mission is to go for launch on September 15th. So what's that? Is that when they put people into space, is it? Satellite images show extreme flooding in New Jersey aftermath. Yep. And you know how I was talking about the dome? The water bubble, what was it? Water bubble in space. And they had like a fish tank on the station. What happens? 2 days later, SpaceX shows off its huge dome window on Dragon for private inspiration for space flights. What was I saying about doing a fishbowl? I'm pretty sure this SpaceX Elon Musk is following me on YouTube. What do you reckon? Hey? Oh yeah, it's still working. Just wonder why it shrunk down. Yeah, so you're about to get a 360 view. I said they should do that on their plane, and oddly enough, they're going to do it. They thought, oh yeah, that's a damn good idea. After watching my episode, I bet you. Watch the first teaser trailer for Moonfall, Roland Emmerich's new sci-fi disaster film. Sounds interesting. When's that going to come out? So we can't play it though, can we? Because it'll probably get hit up with a copyright infringement. Maybe we can step through it. Trailers are not exempt, you know. In 2022, the moon will come to us and not in a nice way. And there was another movie. I wonder if that is. It was really B grady. Moonfall. Let's see. Lionsgate. There we go. And what we got? Space shuttle must be old. Oh, what's going on? Danger. Whereabouts are we now? high-rise kitchen of some sort. Is it on the ground?
Fly the Atlantic.
They like their dramatic music. The moon's coming.
Moon and do the other thing.
How would you move the moon, though? There's all the special effects. It's not the best of trailers. Hey, they got a steam machine. Or a smoke machine. What's that? Supersonic spaceship. Can't be the spaceship. Yeah, 2022. Are they trying to tell us some doom's coming our way? They haven't said anything yet. So effects. Oh, what's that coming down? Looks like it's more than a B-grade movie, just for the special effects alone. We gotta watch that one, don't we? Hey? When's it coming out? Probably Christmas. It's almost another year gone, isn't it? Getting there. February. Oh, there you go. We have to wait till the new year. Oh, damn. I wonder if I'll get a copyright claim on that. As long as you keep it under 5 seconds, isn't it? Each bit. Day after tomorrow. So, what's the premise? How did the moon move? We know there's a big damn asteroid coming our way. Not next year though, as far as we know, anyway. However, in this latest movie, it isn't autocratic aliens posing a Egyptian gods threatening civilization through a wormhole connecting two worlds over hundreds of light years. This time, something has caused the moon to be knocked out of orbit, and now it's on a direct collision. How much energy would you need to change the moon's orbit, though? You'd need like a massive hydrogen atomic bomb to do that, or on one spot, or something as big as the moon colliding with the moon. So it looks like the Earth is gonna be gone. How would you survive impact like that? You wouldn't. Now it'd be interesting to see where they go with it. Okay, what are you saying? Watched on the company's ever first orbital Friday. Yeah, I think it's in that news clip. Sorry, Paul, I have to do my homework. That's alright. We might get some other people join us. China wants to build a mega spaceship that's nearly a mile long. Wow, see, the Chinese are the ones that got the money to do it. Bankrupt everybody with the virus and then take off. Today on Space Chat, Firefly's rocket explodes. Ugh. Percy grabs its first Mars rock. September the 3rd. First mission rock sample. Rocket explosion, huh? Cosmonauts talking. Okay, we've seen that. Looks to the future. Smart 1 spacecraft crashes into the moon. World's largest Martian meteorite goes on display. Dense hot space spots of young star reveal what Earth's sun may have looked like. Hubble telescope spies on brilliant star cluster in Milky Way's neighbour. And NASA starts testing electric air taxi for the first time. Well, we know Google have been doing it in New Zealand, but that one is certainly a lot different. Remember how they did sci-fi movies that look like drones? Well, that looks just like in the sci-fi movies with the drone. I don't see why it won't work. Whether you got enough battery life for it is another thing. Pictures from space. Firefly Aerospace first Alpha rocket explodes during launch. NASA's Perseverance rover drills first Mars rock. Virgin Orbit clears FAA hurdle. SpaceX nearest drone ship returns to port. A drone ship? After its first rocket landing at sea. Wow. Lots going on, guys. To Russia's new knuckle space station module. What's it do, though? They don't give you much information, do they? In the headers. Virgin Galactic announces crew for the next launch. Star smash, supernova, new type of stellar explosion possibly seen. See, there's a lot more to discover in the universe, guys. It's going to change everything once we find out more. There's dark matter made of thermal balls forged in the Big Bang. So they're still stuck on the Big Bang nonsense bullshit. Now they're trying to make it into dark matter into little balls instead of strings. Could a spaceship fly through a gas giant like Jupiter? Yeah, probably. But what sort of disaster would that cause? Astronaut watches California wildfires. Excuse me. Here we go again. Hay fever season. Wildfire spewing smoke from space. That's what fires tend to do, though. Best sci-fi movies and television to stream on Netflix in September. Oh, that's a promotion and a half, isn't it? The best sci-fi movies to stream on Amazon. Firefly Aerospace aims to launch first orbital test. Okay, we're going backwards in time here, though. We've heard it blew up. Strange brown dwarf. The accident hints at possible treasure trove of cosmic anomalies. Yeah, no doubt. And the mysterious troughs on a giant asteroid Vesta keeps puzzling scientists. Okay, so why has security not been onto that and drawn some buildings on it and said, here's some buildings on it? So what's puzzling them? Interesting. Equational troughs, northern troughs. And you can see all the other impacts. So probably haven't got too much time to go through all this, though. We just want the bullets. Theory on exactly how the two features formed vary. One suggests that each is a result of a cataclysmic impact. Scientists hope that solving the mystery of how these two structures formed will shed light on the history of Vesta and other large bodies. Almost looks like two asteroids slammed together, right? Two halves. That one almost looks like a graze. If something hit it and grazed it, and then skimmed off into space. But anyway, what else we got? Pilot saw red light warning during Virgin Galactic historic spaceflight. So they ignored the red light. Halo Infinite will launch December. That's a game. California's Calador fire seen from space. Yes, there's a lot of smoke. It's not good for you for breathing, is it? Mars rover Perseverance set for second sample. Good stuff. Got to keep exploring, keep testing, keep science going. It's the only way we're going to learn. So there you go. I'll post a link to it if you want to go and read all those articles. But I just thought when I read the thing about the dome, after me talking about it only a few days ago, suddenly SpaceX is saying they're going to add a fisheye bowl top thing on top, which I said they should do, or Virgin should do it. So SpaceX is going to do it. So I'm just wondering if Elon Musk watches some of my shows. Eh? I know I did some funny skits of his, about the car crashing into Mars. Have you seen that one? It is actually quite funny. This one here, Mars. And I actually did send it to him, whether he subscribed to me, I don't know. He never promoted it anyway, else I'd have millions of subs. Mars. Where was it? Perhaps I have to put Tesla in, do I? I don't see it. We did a lot. We did a lot of stuff here. And it's far from boring. Now there's that car that the woman claimed a UFO crashed into it, right? Perhaps I didn't put Mars. No, Mars. Oh, here we are. If I put Mars, it would have come up. This one here. If you've not watched the animation, it's quite funny at the end. SpaceX. Tesla. And there was another one too. What was it called though? UFO humor. I did another one, something about what was it? FBI, was it? CIA? What did I call it? Maybe it was FBI. Let me just check. The Men in Black. Nope, not that one. Anyway, better get moving. Moving to the next topics. Yeah, what was that one? X leak, I think I called it. Leak. Oh, here we go. No, not that one. There's a piss take of Tyler. Leak. SpaceX. Oh, here we go. SpaceX, Vault X, WikiLeaks, CIA leak. That one there was taking a mickey out of green screen. They made it convincing though. So you may have watched that one, who knows, may have had a laugh. Caps are on. Anyway, where did we get to? Yep, so that's done. On to the next thing. So I put out this new 4-hour live stream last time. And this is on brand new tube. Which I've got how many subs now? It did go up 4, I think. Went up 4 subs when I added this one. I didn't get as much hate. I only got 4 dislikes, unlike the last one. But there were some stupid comments. You can tell when people don't watch stuff. This one here, Tube Monks. Wake up, mates. It's all fake. Do some proper research. Well, if you bother watching my episode, it was full of all proper research. It was all real-time research. And listen to what NASA and your astronauts are saying. Okay, what are they saying? That they've been in space? They do tell you, and you can see all the fakery if you open your eyes. There are no satellites, as they all what? They tell you, do you think Santa Claus is real? No, but I think you think it is real. Didn't watch. If you watch, you'll see you're the fake one with non-critical thinking and lack of basic science. So what was the other one? See, I get sick of these ones posting spam for trying to make money. If they got that much money, why don't they donate it to me? They use the same sort of photographic gel for detecting radiation low Earth orbit as they did for the moon landing film. Never mind shadows, the whole photo would be practically obliterated by radiation damage. And that sort of brings us to the next topic. I said that's why it's glass plates, more robust. Clearly you are wrong. Radiation causes light spots. First, the film is exposed to radiation, typically light, which activates the material but produces no visible change. So it doesn't damage the material at all. Educate and listen research, and I got a PDF here which we'll go through quickly. So they would have done some testing. You got to remember that Kodak worked on quite a lot of the technology for them and gave them the cameras to experiment with, and they would have stuck it through radiation and as much tests as they could do on Earth as possible before going into space. Obviously, zero G is a bit harder one to solve, probably back in the 1960s anyway. They didn't have so many zero G planes to test out things, else they would have solved a lot of problems with the cameras leaking and stuff. But obviously the film is stored in lead bags, right? So when they take a photograph, and once it's finished, or they slide it into a lead pocket, and it's protected from radiation. They also are outside, not when there's going to be like a solar wind, right? So you've probably seen some sci-fis where they do it when it's the best time to be outside, and you don't have to have the extra water and lead protection. So yeah, how many people watched that one now? coming up to 300 views. Not enough people, obviously. Still more than YouTube. So next one is this one here. PDF. How do we copy it without the extension being added? Let me just check. Discord for the link. And then I'll paste it on the side. I should have copied it from that webpage, but we'll do it the hard way, as usual. Where's the PDF? Coming up, coming up, coming up. You can see what length they've researched stuff. And have backup plans. It was actually Plex. They actually found this information when he read the comments. Here it is. And I said, yeah, we just have to do the research. PDF on film and radiation. I see the guy didn't bother replying back to me either, because he knew he was not correct. So, where does it begin? It's quite a lot of pages. Film basics, radiation measurements, general effect of radiation on film, and Sheldon. What year was this done? That does sort of make a difference, because so this is done in 1995. We really wanted to find one from the 60s, so this might be a new presentation from Mark. But even so, 1995 onwards, we've been getting lots of film back from space. Okay. Without damage. Without the early damage that they got with the emotion pill and all that sort of stuff. Now it's all digital and got CRC error correction and all that sort of stuff, so you can transmit it. But the problem is satellites only got a limited amount of memory, so they have to transmit it and then delete and then take the next image. So what happens if there's a problem receiving that image, and then it's lost forever, I guess. So they had headings here. Introduction, we won't go through it all, we'll just see if there's any key parts. One of the most damaging effects of radiation on photographs film is the increase in base exposure, which is basically what I said. It produces higher minimum densities for negative films and lower maximum density for reversal films. Both types of film experience decreased contrast caused by the changes in minimum and maximum densities. Okay, so it's changing. It creates fog. Higher fog levels, loss of contrast, graininess in the shadow regions. So they knew about all this, right? Colour films experience a colour balance shift because the separation, emulsion layers in the colour film. So, DSO evaluated how well a shielded film bag manufactured by Allied Grove Company Protection Flight Film. The bag was designed to hold 70mm cassette film sample and was made of Kevlar material lined with a lead vinyl and stitched with Kevlar and specifications. A sample protected by a shielded bag with compared to a sample canister which paralleled its test configuration and placement. The bag's level of protection was determined by the difference in the resultant densities, blah blah blah. And the process helped to establish the level of sensitivities associated with each film type. The reasons why films have a inherent sensitivity to radiation will be discussed in the sections 1 and 2. So yeah, it's a lot of learning. Do we need to know about film nowadays though? Or in the past? Density ranges. You can see it goes quite technical into maths and charts and hours of exposure. And gradients. And so on and so on and so on. How many pages are there? 28. Excerpt from NSTS program, ionized radiation table. And these are all the space shuttle flights, of course, 1995. So this would have been just for the space shuttle cameras and all that. So it doesn't have to be on the moon photographs, it's also in space. You get the radiation. And 70mm, wow. I wonder how many dots per inch that works out to be. If you can get 8mm to be 4K, 16 must be 8K, 35 must be 16K, 32K of pixels. I think we just got the cameras to be able to display that now, haven't we? Anyway, you got the link to that. So I think that sort of answers that guy anyway about film, that it won't get damaged. And how often would radiation pass through film anyway? That's another question really. How much background radiation on the moon? Circa about 60 micro sevenths of radiation per hour. That's 5 to 10 times higher than the rate experienced in transatlantic passenger flights. Yeah, so they say if you're like a pilot and and a flight attendant, you get a lot more radiation, obviously. It's like equivalent to 50 X-rays a year or whatever. So 60 per hour. So that could be 60 possible specks of radiation passing through film. And it's only open for one snap. Would you say it would be out of the bag for a minute before they slide it back into a lead bag again, where the radiation doesn't get to it? So if that works out, one micro thing per minute, isn't it? So it might get one speck of bright light on the film out of all that. And it's hardly enough to worry about, isn't it? And now it's been updated here. 1369 micro sieverts per day. So how many hours in a day? 24. Divide that by 24. See if it comes out to 60. We'll see if the information's been updated or not. Uh, 24 hours in a day. What's it come out to? Stupid thing. Oh, my fingers are stupid. Comes out to almost 60. There you go. Both articles check. Basic maths. Yeah, so this is another thing I touched on about water being a very good absorbent for radiation, and it blocks everything. And so does concrete. Reinforced concrete. Lead, iron, and other thick metal plates. Thick plates made of aluminium and paper. So paper's like wood, I guess. Looks like it can only stop alpha particles. So you won't want to use too much paper. So what they're saying, do you use all those together to be really sure that you're going to block out stuff? I suppose so. It makes sense, wouldn't it? Just post that link there too. So I did find out from a prepper site, because they want to build underground shelters. They were asking how many leads, how many inches of lead do you need to stop the alpha radiation? And it does not depend how much mercurium you have, as alpha particles are stopped by a sheet of paper. Okay. Well, I suppose you would line your bunker with, what do you call it, fireproofing board, which would have paper on it. So what they got there, paper, and then a layer of wood, and then a layer of lead, and then concrete. Just about any sheet of lead would stop 5.5 mega EV alphas. Sheet paper would easily stop them. Alpha particles are doubly charged, so they interact strongly with ordinary matter. So does that mean that they absorb into the dead skin layer of you as well? Alpha particles from AM241 have energies close to 5.5. You don't even need lead, just paper or the outer layer of dead cells. There you go, I was just saying that. I haven't read this before, by the way. Stop alpha particles. Now, if it's in powder form, you better make sure it's contained. If you inhale or ingest any of it, whenever it lodges in your body, the alpha damage the surrounding tissue, potentially causes cancer. What's he talking about there? What's in powder form? The radiation? That's what I mean. You wouldn't want to use lead to shield beta radiation. When charged particles pass through heavy lead atoms, they will emit X-ray called Bremsstrahlung. So if you use lead to shield beta radiation, you actually generating more X-ray radiation. If you use a lighter shield, plastic is the most common shield for beta radiation. You also wouldn't want to use lead to shield neutron radiation. Neutrons pass right through it. Neutrons are best shielded by something that contains a lot of hydrogen. We use a combination of water, fuel oil, and plastic as neutron shielding around the reactor of my submarine. There you go. Concrete and water. We use water for gamma shielding. A foot, about 30 inches of water, will reduce radiation exposures the same as an inch of lead. So what's 30 centimeters? 2.5 centimeters per inch, is it? Yeah, about inch. Yeah, he says that there. 2.4 something, I think it is. So what's that? 4 inches, he's saying. Oh no, 4 inches is 10 centimeters. 12 inches. Okay, foot. Alright, so he says that there. A foot or about 30 centimeters. Yeah, okay, we worked it all out backwards. He is correct. Pull, slap myself in the face. The only reasonable answer is that depends on circumference. If you're drinking a glass of water, probably yes. If you floating in the ocean after your ship just sank, probably not as much. Water's safe. He's not really helping it. Anyway, yeah. I think someone said here somewhere that 3 foot of water would be all you need to shield underground preppers thing. So how would you do that? Obviously, make a plastic drum with a liner with 3 foot where you top it up with water around. Would that act as an insulator? If you warmed up the water, it'd make the place warmer, I guess. And if it's cold, it would make the thing freezing cold. I suppose you could use it like a hot water thing. So should you sort of keep pumping water into your outer skin, heat it for your hot water, and also the comfort of your bunker, and just keep replacing it, that would make sense, wouldn't it? Anyway, I'll post that link there if you want to build your own prepper stuff. What's the next one? How's the audio going anyway? Is it all sounding good? Yeah, sounds good this end. Is Amy still working? Yep. We ain't got too many people on today. What is it? Saturday. It should be Friday night, shouldn't it? Okay, we're on to the third phase of the moon. How long have we been going? Hour and 10 minutes for the updates. Yeah, so let's start looking at UFO stuff. And what have we got? Now, look at the clickbait here. Look, you can tell that's got nothing to do with what's inside the episode there. Some sort of spaceship. And look at the clickbait titles here. They are swarming the entire planet. Woohoo, you know, click UFOs, aliens. Here's another spaceship or something here. That's another clickbait. There's something above us. Well, I certainly hope so. That can't be explained. Something above us that can't be explained. Well, if you go straight above us into the universe, yeah, there's going to be lots of mysteries out there. So, yeah, they might get away with that one, not being too clickbaity, but still. Suppose we should start with that one, should we? And see what it's about. Is it too loud? I've got it tuned down anyway.
Incredible videos tonight, so of what looks to be some
Buckle up. So there repeats. That's familiar.
Me contem o que vocês acham.
Oh, that's that kite that we looked at, remember? And you started seeing it dropping stuff, which is the LED thing on the tight kite tail, which is going down on the angle. You can see it's a kite from there. Someone's flying it out this way. So why are they recycling that? That was days old.
Alright, so we're looking.
So that would be spam, you know. Google say if you keep putting up the same video, it's classed as spam, you know. I think they keep changing the rules to get soft on these guys that like to break the rules.
That he stays with.
Yeah, so it's a kite, lead kite, big deal. And I suppose all these ones are going to be all repeats as well. A balloon, is it? Why is it on an angle? That looks like the trees go in this direction. What the hell? Or was it some sort of cliff with the trees hanging off it? It could be a cliff. So what are we looking at? See if we can get in. Right, could be a cliff. What is that there though? So what is that? Could it be a hot air balloon behind, way off in the distance? Could be. It could be shaped like a boot as well. It kind of looks like a boot, doesn't it? So my guess is they've probably got some sort of gondola system, and we can't see the cable going up to this mountain, and we can't see the building that's going to. So my guess is it's like a what do you call it? One person thing. What do you call those things that you slide down on the cable? Coming down that way. Flying Dutchman or something? Yeah, it could be a gondola. This then opens up the question, where is it? South America? What do you think out there? You're not going to see the cables for this, so you can see it's got the right background blend in too. I think I just saw the cable there actually. Come on, zoom in again, mate. You almost saw the cable then. Just had to get the right angle with the light. Let's just see if I can see it again. And I cleaned my screen before the show today. I think I just saw a black cable going this way. Let's grab an image. Suppose we can go that way. Let's see. I don't know if I've seen this one before, but it doesn't matter if we repeat. Oh, went to my thing, the safe box. Went behind. There it is. Okay. Let's see what the filters can do. So gondolas are sort of like shaped like a boot, aren't they? Although they normally have like a cage above. They don't normally have like a canvas attached, so it sort of shields the cables. But this one might have. Normally has a little 5 or 9 person thing underneath. It makes sense they might only have one because of limitation of the cable length, strength and length. I think I can see a cable there. This do the magic of the filters. Can we do it with shading? Looks like there's something there, doesn't it? We're going to have to go to colour swap to see it, I think. So that changes it a wee bit too, doesn't it? It looks like the thing dangling underneath, and that looks like the thing going up to the cable. So this colour swap it and see if that brings out more details. So what we thought was a solid thing coming up here, looks like it could be 2 rollers with a thing coming down. But can we see the cable? I think we can start to see something there. See the reflection? So I wonder where the location is. And there's the two pulleys, right? And there's the cabin underneath. Come on, give us CPU. CPUs are stuffed up. Here we go, catching up. So I'm not too sure where we need to show up the cable. What have we got set to? We'll try. Oh, there we go. RGB. So it's optical illusion. Looks like it's like a reflection of light there on the cable in between the two pulleys. Probably have to zoom in more. You can see the CPU's mucking up here. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. But can we see a cable reflections? There's a hint. There's something coming off here. But it's hard to get the right sweet spot. Here we go. Looks like it's reflecting off a cable coming off this way. Yeah, not that way. Okay, so let's see if we can find where that location is. Do they say where it is? Don't be silly. So this is where Google Maps should be used. Probably something went wrong and they got stuck up there. Don't panic, people, we're working on it. What do we see there? Seems to be something here. And there seems to be something up here. It looks like a cable, maybe? Or a walkway of some kind. Looks like there's something there. And something we can't see as well. Very sneaky what they do. What do we call it though? Gondola? Gondola. South America, Asia, somewhere like that. Gondola. Could even be in Australia. To mountain. Well, it actually looks like it's on an island. So, it's not that one. Because it looks like it's got two instead of one. And it looks more like these ones here with the double pulleys, right? Let's spread out more. That one's got two cables. That one's got one. Here we go. What's that there? Not that one. 10 of the world's best cable. Oh, right, cable cars, so they call it. Let's see what that one says. Looks like the right one. That one looks like the right top to it. Peak to peak. Canada. Don't think so. Bolivia. We got no picture. That sucks. Sugarloaf Mountain. We've actually got Sugarloaf with gondolas as well. That's very interesting. Oh, look at these ones. Although they don't fit what we're seeing. France. What the hell's that? I know the people at the top. That one looks kind of scary. Skyline, Queensland, New Zealand. And the Ngong Ping 360 Hong Kong. That could be it. Center of Island. Yeah, let's see if we can find out on that one. Images. Don't think so. No, it's not that one. Maybe it's not in the top 10. That's the other problem. But I think I'm on the right track here. Hey, Black Dog, how's it going? We've got 3 watching now. So, where do you think it is, guys? What location? I don't think they said. Right. Only on third phase would you get garbage like this. In fact, I can see some cables lower down too, I think. Is this the same thing? Could be. Cable car. Someone's gone through all the cable car videos and joined them all together for UFOs. Is it the same location or what? There's a cable car. Come on, has to be. Can't even keep it zoomed in, you dork. It's cable cars.
Right, another broad daylight sighting, and I like this a lot. Some people might even claim that this looks like the Silver Surfer or some kind of humanoid. It definitely does not seem like it should be there. It stands out very unusual, whatever this thing is, silently hovering across the water. At first I thought it was a boat, but then it traverses over the land, and we see no wake of anything traversing through the water. This is definitely airborne. And again, it has...
And do I see more cables there? Definitely a bridge up here, isn't it? Does look like something heading towards this way here. Silver Server, so that says Silver Server. Ah, so it just shows you there's something down here too. Look, definitely on the, and there's something down here too. It's all over this place. Whoever filmed this knew it was a
this human
Humanoid.
Type character to it. From what the eyewitness stated, this thing made no noise whatsoever, and this sighting lasted for a few minutes. Again, I like when people continue to film and have a steady hand as well. Brent, what's your thoughts of this strange object?
Yeah, these are your classic USOs. You can just see it cruising along the surface of the water, but it doesn't really make any disturbance as it's doing so. It just kind of cruises, and the way it just glides and moves along the seascape is pretty fascinating. The way this is actually being captured.
So I can see the thing, and that's a person standing on a waveboard. That's clearly a cable car.
Is from an airplane, so it's a really good way of how this person filmed this, and he's really seen the whole thing traverse as it goes along, even cruising over the
close
sky
down
and
the channel and just
as it
send me all
moves
the
along
videos to
over the
analyze
land.
for.
So you can rule out that this thing was attached to the water. Whatever this thing is, it has this capability and the metallic feature to it to really resemble a USO to me.
Experts note.
Yeah, in my opinion, a lot.
So is this the same thing? Good question. Let's see. Frame by frame. A silver surfer. Also, it's something just reflected off there. It still looks like a cable car, doesn't it? We just can't see the cables. So he's filming it from high up on that rock, is he? So you got a cable car to the top. Now he's filming the one going back down. It's probably coming back down. And it looks like it's near the water when it's not. And now we're seeing it from a different angle. Or it could be another one they use. And now where are we going? Misty Falls of water, is it? These people know what they're filming and they've seen it in the third phase. Is that what they've done? Just for a laugh. Here we go. Where are we going? With a high spec smartphone camera instead of using a proper camera with optical lens. Yeah, so it looks like there's something here. Is that something up here? Is that another gondola coming out? Is that the cable that's on here? Terrible filming. Or is that there coming in? Yeah, there it is there. Kind of looks like we're seeing we're seeing it from the other way, aren't we? There's the thing going up to the cable here, and that's the bottom of the gondola. So what are they doing to film? How are they filming that? They're going to be lower down. Looks like there's something there it's connecting to here. Oh look, there's a cable. Just saw a cable there, isn't it? There. Looks like some disturbance there where it's reflecting off it. Spud cam. Here we go. Oh, I can see how far away it is. Looks like it's getting the filming it. From a peak. So that's it coming up to him. That looks like it's in Canada there, doesn't it?
But tell your friends, again, Third Phase Moon is live right now on the premiere.
Live, but brain dead.
Showing you some incredible footage.
So incredible. Okay, we're looking at clouds, I think, or is it water? Could be looking down at water.
So, that being said, take a look at this incredible new submission right here at Third Phase Moon. Watch this, guys.
So yeah, we didn't really get the location, did we? I didn't hear anything. We know it's white, very similar to that one there. And it looked like it had a thing going up on some of them, down to a white box. Certainly wasn't red. So it could be anything really. Some of these locations look like the right location. Trees, got the right trees. That one's not got enough trees. Some white ones here. Going down to water. And forests. Black ones, no. Solar powered, Two logs. Ski lift one, no. They look too skinny. Rock face. Table Mountain, South Africa. That's coming down from here. No, but yeah, we're about to pin it if we had the location. I think I did pretty good there. Anyway, close it now. Wrong one. Yeah, what's the next one? Not a car noise. Okay, what have we got? Distant plane, is it? Oh, looks like it. Filming through a window, I saw some reflections. Yep, filming through a car window. Real great filming, yep, good stuff. Where's the rest of it? And I can see a reflection. A lens flare, yep, lens flare on the window. So, is it a plane? Kind of sort of blinks like a plane. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? It's Superman. Is there the airport in the background there? Another great submission from Third Phase. Filmed the wrong way as well. Hey, did sit. How's it going? Cool to see you watch the behavior panel too. Yeah, haven't really got much time for it. This goes in depth for quite a lot, doesn't it? There's so many that I haven't seen. I was watching the psychopath one, and I only got to 1/3 through, where they're talking about how the eyes would dilate, and which is quite interesting. So yeah, you know, this is where you use the apps, people. Flight radar. That could be anything from reflection to plane and distance.
First motion.
That they can't explain. Now, let's get to the next video right now. Take a look at this.
Dots in the sky.
That they can't explain. Now, let's get to the next video right now. Take a look at this.
Plane coming into land. Okay, next one. Whoa, exciting.
The Astro rocket makes an incredible maneuver like nobody's ever seen before. Watch this.
3, 2, 1. Ignition. 0. First motion. First motion.
Can't see anything. Or the water vapor from the rocket engines. Oh, there it goes. So yeah, we know they can fly sideways. They use a lot of energy doing it though. Oh, there's a seagull.
Our next objective is Max Q.
At least it didn't fall over and explode.
A sideways launch. At first, we thought it was going to crash. It was done. But it regains its balance and actually takes off and achieves orbit. Some people might say this doesn't have anything to do with UFOs. Well, they're right. It's just pretty incredible. That's why we're sharing it. We thought it was interesting. And again, I've never seen a rocket take off like this. And this rocket technology.
All their videos have nothing to do with UFOs. All mundane stuff. Gondolas, balloons, planes.
It's getting kind of old.
That's pretty interesting though. You see, once it's up and running, how much energy is produced on that little small rocket that still can sort of hover.
We've had it for over 100 years.
But we can't actually see the
now,
flames
so
of it.
We got to come up with some kind of new propulsion, but you got to give the engine.
Look how small the bright this is to keep that.
Engineers credit, they gunned it right there and was able to achieve the launch. Pretty amazing stuff, Brent. What's your thoughts here?
Yeah, it's pretty badass.
Yeah. Could we have stuff floating around in the sky just using rocket engines? Well, that sort of proves it, doesn't it? Yeah, anyway, what else we got? The surfer we just done. Okay, we're back into space with reflections. Yeah, what they saying about this one?
ISS and UFOs, they kind of go hand in hand, and we're going to share with you this new video that has just come in where the ISS captures some kind of rainbow-like object in space, and it jumps from one place to the other. Watch this.
We're watching. Okay, so reflection of the knuckle. Yeah, so we got time lapse happening
in space, and it jumps from one place.
Let's see if we can spot. When does it move? Looks like a different day there. Oh, they're dragging it out. Yeah, it's very bright knuckle here, but there could be more that they're not showing us that's cut off the edge here. So where's the sun? According to the brightness here, the sun's got to be way over here. When you look at that knuckle there, though, it kind of fits the same shape, right? So, when you get reflections in 4-layer thick glass on the International Space Station, right? That's the sort of thing that happens. See, it's got little 3 black dots. Has that got little black dots on it? Sort of has. But it may not be coming off that. Do I see like a beam of light coming off it there? I thought I saw something then. It looked like there was like a faint beam of light coming down this way, which sort of narrows it to that thing there. Let's grab an image of it and see what the filters can tell us. Looks like there's a slight change in the darkness on the background here. And I guess people would say it was a light beam, because it doesn't look like a UFO, does it? It certainly looks like light, though. Light of some sort. Let's scale it up and go from there. We'll keep it on the time too. Although I do feel a bit tired still. I'm not sleeping very well. Changing seasons, I guess. Brightness. Not much is popping out. Color swap. Okay, are we getting... I saw something going between. But yeah, I'm not seeing it with the color swap. Does look like that knuckle there though, doesn't it? So it's like it's got a gap in between where the reflection is lighter, It seems to have a bit down the bottom. The bottom. Yeah, which this has. It has a gap. There's a bit at the bottom. So we're going to get on that one. So we've gone to the extreme filters and nothing seems to be popping out. So I still think it's a reflection of that robot arm, which is the most common. Come on, give me CPU.
What is this rainbow-colored craft? Is it a craft, or could it be
a gay alien transport vehicle? Who knows? Rainbow. Where did it first jump?
where the
What's different in this picture? Okay, it's down here. So we got no, with the International Space Station, there's normally a map. And it has like numbers on the screen, date and time. All that's been cropped off here to hide it. Which is a red flag. Then it changes here. So it'll look like a cut. Stupid one really, it's just a reflection. Now the sun went down or something. Or the angle changed. It's getting less bright now, you see. See, that's less bright. And then the sun goes down. It's slowly disappearing, I think. It's getting smaller and then it disappears.
What is this rainbow-colored craft? Is it a craft, or could it be just some kind of reflection from within the eye?
So they know what it is, you know. I'm just trying to sell you bunk.
Or a glint on the window. I'm not sure. We're looking at this, and this thing jumps from left to right and then disappears from view. This is kind of a strange thing. What's going on here, guys? I want to get your opinions. What the heck is going on? And it seems like NASA cut the feed right after this as well. So if this was a simple, reflection, why would they cut the feed? They may have captured something that they don't want us to see. Brent, what's your thoughts here?
I would say if this is indeed a UFO, it's not one of ours. It looks kind of biological, to say the least. Almost, it seems to be alive and translucent at the same time. We're not used to seeing craft like this, and UFOs come in all shapes and sizes, and it could be one of these.
These
in
guys
fact,
are so funny.
It's a very unique capture, again, from ISS. So what we're looking at is indeed out there. There's no manipulation being done here. The big question.
So it just goes to show Now these guys keep repeating the same garbage, don't they? They don't even need to script it. They've probably got it memorized. Anyway.
What is it?
Yeah, that is the question, and I really like the spectrum of colors that we're looking at. We got green, purple, red, blue. It's a really pretty looking sighting right here. And guys,
so it's obviously going through multi-layers of glass, and it's being split. Must be on just the right angle. But anyway,
now the mixed tees. You got your buckle up t-shirts. You've got it behind the veil.
Buckle up your mouth. Do people actually buy the merchandise and walk around with it? Wouldn't you be embarrassed? That's a serious question. Have you actually seen anyone in America with a third face shirt on without it being Goof on or Blake himself? I don't think even Goof on wears third face merch, does he? I think they're giving him stuff. So really we've debunked the Surfer being a cable car. So let's see what the next one is. Oh, what's happened here? Weird. That's not what I clicked though, was it? I clicked on that, I thought.
From around the world, and we're in...
Oh, look at the scary music. So what do you reckon this one is, guys? Obviously water droplets. And a sun coming out of the clouds. What do you reckon? It's definitely water droplets playing window. There we go. That's what Super Soon can do for us. Looks like the droplets were moving too. And the camera's moving. So could he be on the ground? And that was droplets of water on the lens. Well, it looks like it, doesn't it? So it wasn't a playing window. So what are we looking at? Obviously a few red flags in it. To me it looked like it was water on a glass panel, so it must be through a window. Could it be lens flare, just rotating the camera around? And that's actually the sun. We're seeing some reflection on the glass, right? They're saying it's reflecting off the building, but you can see it's reflecting off the glass that they're filming through. But what is that blob of light there? How are they doing that? Laser pen, maybe? Laser torch pen?
So we're looking at the video again, and definitely we want to give a review because what we're looking at is absolutely incredible. It's two illuminants of a bright light.
Film through a window.
Light to be a drone. It's not a...
Kind of looks like lens flare. The sun's got to be up here or some light source.
Sun. It moves in erratic maneuvers. and it's underneath the cloud layer. We're looking at it. Look at this thing. It has its own
It's on a bloody window.
way of maneuvering through the skies that's unbelievable. Almost leaves a little tail of light behind it. I like the way the person's tracking on it. Really good steady hand, and as it gets closer to the building, you can notice that it actually left a reflection of its light upon the
Have they ignored all the water droplets in the window?
windows of the building itself. This is proof, in my opinion. What we're looking at is definitely legit. Brent, what's your thoughts here?
Yeah, definitely no CGI. This is a ball of light that you can see there's no propellers. This isn't a drone. What we're looking at is moving erratically, like you just said. Look at the way it just kind of banks and it kind of wants to go where it wants to.
Yeah, he just rotated the phone then, didn't he?
In its own kind of state of mind, whatever this object is. And then I like the way it approaches the building, and definitely you see the light.
Is he
Yeah,
rotating
this
the
is a
camera?
ball of light.
Was it the sun?
Way of maneuvering through the skies that's unbelievable.
sphere
Almost
from
leaves a
the
little
sun.
tail of light behind it. I like the way the person's tracking on it. Really good steady hand, and as it gets closer to the building, you can notice that it actually left a reflection of its light upon the
So
windows
let's
of the
see,
building
if they got a
itself.
sheet
This
of glass that they're holding in their hand, why didn't they wipe off the water if they're hoaxing it? That doesn't make any sense to me. So they could be reflecting the sun of a sheet of glass, and they're rotating it in the hand.
This is proof, in my opinion. What we're looking at is definitely legit. Brent, what's your thoughts here?
Yeah,
Legit.
definitely no CGI.
That's
This
definitely
is
a
a ball
hoax.
of light that you can see there's no propellers. This isn't a drone. What we're looking at is moving erratically, like you just said. Look at the way it just kind of banks and it kind of wants to go where it wants to in its own kind of state of mind, whatever this object is. And then I like the way it approaches the building, and definitely you see the light reflect right there. What is this thing?
Doesn't
it
it
moves
reflects
very
off the
curiously.
glass they're filming
And I'm
through.
going to rule out drone. These are the plasma balls that people talk about and see.
So they're not really good, are they? Analyzing. I show them up every time I do this. So that was obviously some sort of light source, maybe the sun. Someone's holding up a sheet of glass that's got water droplets on it. And they're just bending the glass and moving the camera around, just making it look like it's moving. So this is another silver server. It's going to be a guy on a board, but as we found out the last video, they called it a silver server as well, and we knew it was definitely going to be a gondola or a cable car, is the other word. Now, is this the same thing? To me, that looks like a end of a crane. What do you think on that one? Looks like a counter-ball onto a pulley going down further to maybe a stack of wood. And we're not seeing the cable again. So let's grab an image. So again, similar to the cable car one, but this time it looks like it could be a crane swinging an arm around. Whoever's filming it will know what it is. Oh, I didn't mean to do that one. That stuff's up the stream. Okay, we need to use this one. So it's probably a cable going upwards. Just save that one. I'll probably use some of them for fun now. CPU, where you gone? There we go. Anyway. We're doing that. There we go. Let's actually should have kept the other thing. I think it was the glass panel stuff. I'll take it from the trash can later. Should be rash on my deletions. So 1280. Can we see a cable coming down? Reflection of it. Brightness. There could be something there. I reckon there's something coming down. Okay, let's try. Color swap. Color. Here we go. Okay, this one might give us something. Okay, it looks more like a payload now. But can we see the cable? We want to see a cable. Damn CPU. I might have to drop the frame rate down to 15 again. Yeah. Could be a cable going this way. Kind of looks like a payload, doesn't it? Some sort of pulley and some garbage on the end. Is that cable coming up this way? No, probably not. Sometimes you can get lucky, and other times not. Am I missing something? Might have to keep looking. Oh, from there. Just can't keep on going. I think I'm in the right track again. I think it is something dangling on a cable. Building
frequently
sites.
from around the world. Now let's get to this next video.
Still looks like it's into a crane to me. It's just out of focus though, isn't it? Now we could run it through real-time filters, I guess. We haven't tried that. So they're
Video of
changing
what
it already.
again looks to be a silver surfer in the sky. Look at this.
Could it be a gondola again? Did I see the cable then? Before I saw a cable.
Video of what again looks to be a silver surfer in the sky. Look at this.
No, Blake, you need to be smacked. Smacked. Sure, I saw a cable there in one of the frames. Just takes the right sun to come out of the clouds when he's filming it. This guy knows what he's filming. When you like really smack these guys though, for trying to fool UFO people, they make me mad. Don't think it's a hot air balloon. It's just the right cloud cover too to hide the cable. They're mucking around with it there, you see. Making it more humanoid looking. See what I mean? They played around with it, made it thicker. Excuse me. Yeah. That makes it hard for us because we don't know what's real and what's been mucked around with. Gondola, crane loads. Okay. Let's see what we can do here. Doesn't look a silver surfer now though, does it? Let's try it with that. Can we see anything pop out? Or flicked off the cable.
So definitely this needs another review, and I'm super happy about the people joining us tonight in the chat. You guys are awesome, and we appreciate your input. It's important that we put these videos out and get the audience reaction, you, the people, and we're doing it in real time. So guys, what are we looking at here? Is this again the Silver Surfer making an appearance? Just earlier this week, we put up a video that was submitted to us that kind of resembles this exact same kind of craft, or is it a craft? Is it a humanoid on some kind of black surfboard? Look at this. This is incredible. Almost seems like it's too good to be true, but after looking at this video and we're getting a close look, whatever this is in the sky, it's there. There's no manipulation in this video whatsoever.
It almost looks like Marty McFly riding this hoverboard. It's amazing. Again, we see the L-shaped object, whatever it is, and this point on top of it, this dot, this spherical ball, you could say, that's just connected to this L-shaped craft. It's very strange. It doesn't move like a balloon. It's not oscillating or kind of dipping or bending. It's the structure is pretty solid. This is a good close-up, right?
See, we're seeing the extra reflections now. And we're seeing a reflection further up here. step it. Look, 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 look. Our cable's going a lot higher now. See that? And it's gradually reflecting places. See that? There we go, reflecting. It's got to be a crane. Why can't we see the cable though? That's the limitation of the camera. And you can see the string between now. So that's a pulley. We have a cable coming down to the load, and that's then going up to the rest of the cable at the top. And we sometimes see it reflect as its sun comes over. Where's it gone to? Yeah, they changed it. There you go, look. There you go, you can see it even further up now. There was a flicker. Did we see something at the very top before? Look, it's going on a line. So there's a line going this way. So you wouldn't see that without filters. You can't see it when we zoom way out. Can we get it to pop out more?
We see some kind of like a bright ring of light right below, if I could say, if that's a head and a torso and the legs, and then standing upon this like black craft. Is this the propulsion that it's standing on? Is it a humanoid using some kind of unknown meta propulsion at it as it just travels through the clouds there?
It's my cable.
Elon Musk, is this you? Then? I'm only kidding, but wow, this is incredible stuff.
In the middle
now,
there? Is that some
get to
writing? Copy? Was that saying copyright there or something? So that's some writing in the middle there. Huh? Who did they take it from? Oh, what happened?
At this point, it's a territory that she should.
The next video that has just been submitted, coming out of.
See the reflection here too? Some writing there, I don't know what it's saying. Copyright, I think. They've stolen it from someone. Doesn't matter. When you do fair use and review or stuff, it doesn't matter.
Ulan Bator of Mongolia.
So again, the Silver Server is either a cable car or a crane that's rotating around. So okay, let's have a look at a crane. To me, it looks like a pulley on a crane this time, though. Crane with load. Damn it. Crane. Seem to be hitting all the wrong keys. Crane. Have we got it this time? No. With load. Well, let's see what happens. Okay. And there's the pulley. looks like that, doesn't it? And if it's got two thin cables either side of it, so all that does is rotate around. I might have to go soon. Get a bit tired again. Here we go. What's that one there? Not the best. See, we can't see the cables there, can we? Eh? There's the counterweight. Can we see the cables? Not very well. And that's pretty close. You're going too far. Here we go. What's that one there? Let's have a quick look. Let's see how close it looks to what we're looking at. There we go. That looks like a block of wood, and there's the thing going up. We want a distant shot where we can't see the cables. And the quality is just too good. They had the right block of wood we were after. And bit of a shame. We want a fast shot of that where you see the cables. I don't think you would. This one further away, but still. See the cable. Oh, here we go. That one there. With the right light in. Yeah, let's have a look at that one. There's the pulley. And that was using 4 lines, and can lift a heavy load then. I want the far away shot though. But I think we're looking at something like that, right? And it's just going along. But their images are too good. Too good for us. And a bit of background, you know, not. It's on a bright day when they take the photograph. That's a good one. Maybe the guy will come clean. Has Scott Brando done anything lately? Let's have a look. Maybe he's debunked that one too. What have we got on his one? CGI, but so it's yeah, 2 dots in the sky. Lead kite, yeah. I already debunked that one. Already done that one. Did he debunk it or did he get it from me? Because I've done it a long time ago before he did it. He probably wouldn't give credit to me though. Flying Man. Video still from a short film. Okay, let's have a look. We'll get sidetracked, but we'll have a look.
It's one of LA's most intriguing and dangerous aviation mysteries we've reported on, but we may finally have our first glimpse of the infamous jetpack daredevil. This is video from what appears.
Okay. There you go, you can't see a cable on that one. Because of the background, you see. We're looking for crane and we find it in this footage. There's another close-up one here. Oh, there we go.
We've reported on, but we may finally have our first glimpse of...
Not having any luck here. The crane was here, look. Can you see the cable coming down? It's here, but you can't see it.
We may finally have our first glimpse of...
There we go. Can you see the cable? Nope, but you can see the end bit, can't you? So I think that one's debunked too, but yeah.
Reported on, but we may finally have our first glimpse of the infamous jetpack daredevil. This is video from what appears to be the elusive jetpack man. It's the first sighting after a string of airline pilots reported seeing someone on a jetpack flying near LAX. There are now ongoing FAA and FBI investigations.
So what's he saying? Video stolen from a short film, Flying Man. I think they've just used it for comparison there, Scott, on the news channel. Anyway, went and have a look at it. What's this one? Moonfall. We looked at that at the very beginning, didn't we? The moon is coming. Well, I think it will be a supermoon. Let's see what else we got. Fake. What's that one? TikToker. I don't know what it is. Something flying off the moon, is it? Okay, so keep that in mind. Hoax. CGI. Out of focus. Jupiter, yep. And that's why you use the apps, guys. I'm seeing a lot of this from Skywatchers lately. Ones like this where it's out of focus, and it's just Venus, Jupiter, or whatever. Vegas, is it? Bright Star in America. Vega. Something like that. Okay. What's this one? Showtime. Showtime, watching the trailer. Impossible for me not to notice how many fake UFOs. Yeah, there was a lot of fake footage put in that, but they did debunk a bit and come out with some new information, which was quite interesting. From 49 minutes, Mac here, viral case exposed, sharing the pilots. Okay, so that was a balloon heading towards them. Goofon said it was CGI, which is nonsense. Yeah, filmed a balloon. Yep. Just wanted to make sure it was a balloon. CGI VX company. Okay, let's have a look at that one. Oh, the music gives it away. Mute. Yeah. Bright lights moving. What's it meant to be? This all is. Yeah. What's the next one? It was the International Space Station. Oh, right, I remember this one. Is that the one that flows low to the tree line in Canada?
I got it. Oh my gosh. Oh.
Yep, it was. It's on the right level of horizon. They had an impressive camera setup though, like 10 cameras on this tripod, but they didn't have the app on it to track satellites. I keep telling people you've got to have a smartphone holder there with the app so you can sort of see if there's anything in that location. Anyway, and planes of course, you probably need a couple of smartphones, one for Heavens Above and one for Flight Radar 24. And also have a camera on a tripod that's filming it, of course. Now, normally you put a GoPro that films the two screens, I guess, and then you have another one further back behind you that films the whole rig. That's how you document something. Lens flare. Oh, he's been pretty busy with all this crap as well, has he? Mostly CGI. Okay, is this the same one with the bright blob, or is this the one with the dumbbell? Dumbbell one, there it is. So this is the same again. It's reflecting off down here.
So there's no longer an invisible college. It's a fight club.
So that was from that TV series. What's that one? Looks like a solar balloon. Pyramid UFO. Yeah, probably a solar balloon. Certainly not moving very fast. Seems to be wobbling a bit. Now, people should build one. They're quite a clever thing to build, and then see if it heats up and lifts off. Anyway, Scott wasn't helpful with the one we're looking at. I wanted to know if he debunked it, because he normally does like the crane ones. Okay, so let's mosey on. To me, it looks like there's a couple of reflections of cable going up here. Yeah, but that's going to be a crane, I think. It's not even in focus here, that's the problem. If it was in focus, I might be able to see the camera. Sharpen the plus. See what that can do for us. Doesn't look like a person now, does it? Looks like a metal ball. And it will have thin cable going up either side. And then it has a extra pulley system here of cables going on one of those block and tackle ones. And it's got no cables coming down here, lifting heavy weights. Possibly. Now, can we see block and tackle? Extreme sharpening, not really. So that's one of those triangle ones with the cogs inside. I was trying to find an example of one. Here we go for time. Oh yeah, got to wrap up, haven't I? Tackle. So the ball could be a pulley. I was thinking something like that here, but a large scale one. Looks like two circular bits here, right? Let's try crane. We didn't have too many people join us today, did we? So, triangle bit, here we go. So, that one's pretty grunty looking. I was thinking something more like that. Like one of those. Like one of those. That's gotta be it. Something like that. And we can't see the cables because they're so skinny. We got it solved anyway. Okay. Maybe I should just leave it on hearts and save it, actually. It's a good one for a thumbnail, I think. I thought it was better. I had it better than that before. I didn't save it this way. This thing is definitely reflecting of some sort of, just like a little weight here. A pulley going up to thin cables. There's one of the two cogs. And you can see it looks like it's reflected and and at the top of the picture there is quite interesting. Something there, right? It's just cut off. Is that where I cut it though? I'm not too sure now. Green, green, green. Anyway. Silver Surfer is debunked. That's the end of a crane. Actually, there's got to be one here that's very similar. The ball. Here's a ball one. Frustrating. That one's got a ball. Let's see, ball or globe. There we go. So the cables would be on the outside. It's not quite the same. Probably someone that works with this all day would know exactly what we're looking for. Something like this, maybe. It's frustrating. So many variations, right? There's a ball one. But then it connects to one of these right underneath. Do you get that? A double one. I'm pretty sure I've seen it. Just not seeing it here. See, there's a ball. Crane ball and hook. And then it connects to something else. To me it looks like it connects to a block. Ball and block. And I'm not getting it. Yeah, so there's a block. It's like that connected to the end of that. That's what we're getting, and that's connected to a load. But how come we can't find it? That scenario. There's a ball one. There's a ball. But no block. So maybe it's got a special name for it. Anyway, I was going to find one that was similar and paste it next to the image, but that's not going to have any luck. Moving on.
Golia. Sorry if I butchered it, but watch this incredible sighting of this anomalous glowing object.
Yeah, you reckon it's saying dead set. Yeah. Okay, it's blinking. Distant plane, maybe. Through atmospherics. Helicopter. And we're getting that one. Not doing anything UFO alien like though, is it? Could it be Jupiter? Even. Good. LED balloon. There's a few possibles. Can we see any red blinking lights at all? Problem is it might be too far away. Is it strobing like aircraft lights? They certainly know how to drag it out and not zoom in. You notice all these videos we're seeing so far, all of them end. We don't see where it goes to. So I think we saw some red in that light now. Could be a distant plane. This is where you got to use the apps again, guys. It's easier to do it when you've got it on your smartphone there on the spot, because you can use the GPS and the proper time. It's not the space station this time, I don't think. Normally it'd be moving. And now we get the diamond shape because it's over.
So definitely this deserves another review, and we're looking at it again. And whatever this thing is, it appears as almost similar to the first video that we witnessed of this plasmic orb doing these maneuvers in the sky. And this one's another one. In my opinion, this isn't some kind of aircraft landing at some kind of airport. What we're looking at here is something different. We get another close look, and I'm glad the person actually has a steady, I think he's got a tripod. Brett, what do you make of this sighting that we're looking at? We're just going to let it roll here.
Yeah, you can see he's a little out of focus. Let's see if he really puts a sharp focus on this object. And he does. You can see that it just stays there, just kind of vibrating. Almost looks like a star, but it's not. This is not a planet. It's actually moving. That's curious. Some people might say, yeah, it could be planes coming directly at you with their headlights. But again, I'm not sure what this is. You can see it's moving left.
So, you know, they got the video. If the guy said it to him, date, time, plug into flight radar, buy a gold membership, and they can just scroll back in time. Easy to solve if you got the information. Quite looks like a plane to me. It had red light there blinking. You don't see the wingtip light separately because it's just too far away. And what else we got here? That one could be a weather balloon. Yeah, because we know they're quite round, 30 foot rounds before they pop. They start at 7 foot and expand. So yeah, pretty boring, isn't it? Dots in the sky. Yeah, looks like no one's going to give us a tip today, so I'll close it now.
Again, reviewing this, and we want to thank again Hidden Underbelly 2.0. He's one of our friends on the channel. We have all our friends below in the channel. Go.
Yeah, string of balloons, is it? LED balloons, maybe.
Check out their YouTube channels. They're putting up great stuff. And again, this is another great submission from the Hidden Underbelly. Look at this. A swarm of...
I wouldn't say it was great submission at all. I'll just say it's more garbage.
UFOs with this brighter orb among 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 other flanking UFOs around the 7th. In the center, or is this a leader of the pack? And it's definitely not a swarm of birds. They're not drones. They're not aircraft. Commercial anyway. Is this something like Space Force or some kind of military experiment going on? It's kind of cool stuff coming in. I like this.
Cool stuff.
Definitely whatever's going on, it's not conventional or just it's not public. Let's just say that this could be military. I like the way they just stay static. It seems like this center orb, the most brightest one, seems to be kind of in control, and the other small orbs seem to be more like adjacent to it. It's attracted to this larger orb, kind of leading the pack. Very interesting sighting. Some people say this could be a swarm of UFOs.
Absolutely, Brent. Swarms of UFOs are on the
could it be a swarm of balloons on the same cable? Oh, looks like it could be, yeah. What is it? Okay, looks like it's connected there, going this way. I don't know if you can do anything with it. But UFOs being aliens, I don't think so. we had the filter going before. That's why it was easy to see it, because we were using our own filter. Even on the last video. Pretty boring. Oh, wash out. That's why we're seeing it easier before, because we had the filter going.
And if you've captured anything amazing out there, you know where to submit it. My email is in the description below. Thanks everybody for joining us in this live chat. And buckle up, we've got our Countdown to Disclosure sequel coming up. We don't have the name for it, but here's the first one. If you haven't seen it, it's available on Amazon Prime right now. Check it out.
Could it be a reflection in the window, that one?
I think it's terrifying. Military. I like the way they just stay static. It seems like this sensor orb, the most brightest one, seems to be kind of in control, and the other small orbs seem to be more like adjacent to it. It's attracted to this larger orb, kind of leading the pack. Very interesting sighting. Some people say this could
be LED spotlights reflecting on a window. And you know how they have on various lengths of string, and over a kitchen table. Lamps, I suppose, LED lamps. Cable. I'll try that. Let's have a look. So easy to make fake videos, isn't it? Kitchen. I've got to get going. Making too many errors now. Okay. Got kitchen, but that's lamps. I'm thinking the lamp dangling down different levels, right? I have to put kitchen table in or something. There's a rack on, and they would be at different heights as well. Still haven't found what I'm looking for though. Here we go, that one's got different cables, isn't it? Bit hard to see it though. Yeah. Something like that, but different lengths. Those ones are all the same length. They're all the same lengths. So the same length, but it wouldn't take much, you know, to fake that one. balloons or lights reflecting on a window. But yes, I think I'm done. Done. Cable. My magnifier's screwing up on me. Sabotage gang. Men in black have come. There we go. And it's time to go, I think, once you start getting problems. Anyway, so yeah, I was trying to type in kitchen. Just go for lights. Kitchen lights table. Images. And would you believe? Got one here. Something like that. Won't take much. And like that. That's even different heights. And like that. What else we got? Any other crazy ones? Any crazy ones out there? Come on. Oh, look at this one. Oh. So if you just turn on a few of those ones, you got it. Unscrew the bulbs, right? And there's another 4 or 5. Yeah, that crazy one. Yeah. Anyway. That's another possible explanation. Lights on cables coming down over a table, reflection. So yeah, what have we got left? Anything? No. We're done. Third phase keeps us busy. Half the time anyway. And I need a drink. I don't think anything new up with secure team yet. Let's just have a quick look. We've got Goof on there. Got nocturnal news. Secure team. No. Just this usual crap. This is something else I found before wrap up. Marine traffic. So if you live near a coast and you see a lot of ships, ship lights out to the sea there, this is how you can sort of track it. So that's over Canada, South Carolina. So these are different boats, are they? There you go. 18 stories high with lights at the very top. Distant lights filmed on the horizon. If you're on a hill that overlooks a bay, that overlooks water, you can use these apps here. So I'll just put a link to that because it might you might want to bookmark it if you're an investigator. And you can see we've got a whole selection of them here. There's another one here too called GPW map. And they use it, satellites, to track illegal fishing in the world, right? It's a similar one to the other one that tracks all the boats. And I'm not too sure what it's not. Oh, it's still building up the data. Yeah, so that's another one. That's running a bit slow for us. So I'll just paste that one down there. Ship traffic. I'm not sure if you can get it as an app. Might be able to. Have a look yourself. So that's another thing to use, as well as flight radar. And help you get rid of false positives of UFOs. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining us. 4 of you, I think, managed to come here. Different times, though. And I'm going to go and get dinner. And take you on the roads. And I'll upload it around the place. So, what was it tonight? Gondola, crane, reflection, a couple of reflections. One was definitely hoax. Zero alien craft, or off-world craft. Couple of reflections, crane, gondola, silver surfer. What's the other ones? I've forgotten already. Plane lights. Anyway, I'll catch you later. Maybe in a day or two.